Hi, my name is Riggs Eckelberry, and I'm the chairman and CEO and co-founder of OriginClear, a public company since 2008. We launched the company 2007, and we've been public for all this time. And I must say that I really first heard about Command Your Brand Media when I was looking for, I wasn't happy with a single agency. I was looking for maybe to put together an array of resources, and Command Your Brand Media really was a very successful action for me, and we've maintained it even though we now also have a full service agency. So very important there. Now, one of the very first things that happens is that you get the coaching call, and Jeremy was very powerful, and you know, I've been around the block a few times, but it was very important to understand how podcasts work, and the attention to detail and showing me how to do it was really important. First podcast, of course, was the one with him, and that was important as to start things off. Now we have a dedicated PR expert, and it's these people, and I've had more than one, are incredibly focused and dedicated. They really care. They're just trying hard to get it done, and I really felt like I was getting full service. They're more than willing to modify their message and do things differently. So total concierge type approach. And that I really found was special and important. Now, the program really made a big difference in our business because we noticed that we got a lot more visibility. For example, we premiered a new marketplace concept, basically an Airbnb for water. And we started talking about that on a particular podcast. And like immediately after it appeared, our stock quintupled, 5x. And again, we don't like to manage by our stock price, but it was an indication for us that we really hit a nerve and that we had a good message and it got out there. Because remember the story about the tree falling in the forest. You know, you got to actually be noticed. And then, you know, I also wanted to say that appearing on this podcast has really helped me sharpen the messaging, because the podcast professionals are very smart people, and they talk to hundreds of interviewees, and so they know what to ask and they know how to pull it out of you. And it's made me a more transparent and genuine guest, really, in ways that I wasn't before, because you tend to become formulaic, like, hey, well, it's really like this, you know. And the podcasting really has, I think, made me more valuable to people listening, and that's what it's all about. And it's reflected itself in the webinars that I give. I've noticed that people stick around to the end of the webinar, and that's a really gratifying thing. And I want to thank Command Your Brand Media for doing exactly that. CYB booked a dream show for us, which was the Lou Diamond Thrive Loud show, and he was just arriving at his 500th episode, and he's got something like 15,000 people. And not only was it a very impactful show, I think it will be impactful, but more importantly, Lou really drew out some important introspective answers, and that was pretty amazing. So thank you for that dream show, but I'm thinking there'll be more. The experience of working with Command Your Brand Media really is that you want to have that continuous appearance in podcast world, and it's incredibly inexpensive. It's a bargain, frankly. And so just maintain that investment, no matter what you have going with your other PR activities. You'll get some great content out of it, but more importantly, you yourself will really sharpen. It's a way to get out there and be heard, and podcasting is super important these days. So it's been an amazing journey, and we certainly plan to continue. So thank you to the whole team.